9 ways to take over your thoughts. Are you one of those people who overthink a lot? There might be a certain thought that you want to stop thinking about, but you just cannot. It can be very frustrating dealing with these unwanted thoughts, but it doesn't mean you just have to accept defeat against it. You can do something about it. Although it's normal to have difficulties looking at the brighter side, especially after a heavy situation, you can actually program your mind to make things easier for you. The difficulty of your situation, most of the time, depends on your mindset. Here are 9 effective ways to regain control of your thoughts. Before we start, don't forget to smash that like button and hit the subscribe button to see more content just like this. Okay, let's get started. Number 1. Identify the thoughts you want to change. If you wish to gain control over your mind, you have to find out and understand your thoughts first. This means you have to acknowledge all the thoughts your mind can conceive, whether it is positive or negative. The first step in doing so is getting to know what type of negative thought it is. In this way, you can prevent yourself from spiraling or going into overthinking. One of the most common negative thoughts are occasional, intrusive thoughts. Even though they are normal, it can still cause you distress and frustration. However, do not panic, for they often go by as quickly as they came. All you have to do is stop entertaining it. There are also other troubling thought patterns, like rumination or looping thoughts, negative self-talk, cognitive biases, and a fixed pessimistic outlook. Once you identify these thoughts, you can now have a better look at what you need to do next. Number 2. Accept unwanted thoughts. Because it's in our inclination to avoid discomfort, it makes sense that you'd want to steer clear of negative thoughts. But ignoring uncomfortable thoughts won't help you regain control. They frequently get more acute as a result. Try the reverse instead, accept those thoughts and allow them to enter. Let's say that despite your best efforts, nothing in your life seems to be turning out the way you had hoped. You have to accept things as they are, not in the sense that you would just give up entirely, but in a way that you acknowledge your current state, so you know where to start moving. If this is done in the right way, it can even give you clues why a certain thought keeps coming back. You may face these worries by being aware of them, and doing so will help you remember that you are not to fault for their rude behavior. Instead of allowing dread to prevent you from meeting new people, perspective keeping might help you manage your concerns about it happening again. Number 3. Try meditation. Particularly when you initially begin, it could not appear that meditating genuinely aids in mind control. You sit down and attempt to unwind, but no matter how hard you try, stray thoughts never seem to leave your mind and hinder you from achieving the peace you're aiming for. What you should know is that meditation may actually transform your brain, but you have to practice it consistently. Finding a way to tolerate unwanted thoughts is the trick. They have a stronger hold over you as a result of your attention, but you eventually let them go. Suddenly, you have reclaimed part of your power. It gets simpler to allow distracting thoughts to pass as you meditate more. Number 4. Change your perspective. Your words matter, especially those that you use to speak to yourself. You can change your perspective by trying to change how you speak to yourself. If the first person seems to be not doing its job for you, then try speaking to yourself in third person. Using the third person will make you feel like you are an outsider in your life. By doing so, you can see the bigger picture easier, which can result to an easier time clearing out your mind. It forces you to remove yourself from a pattern of thinking that worsens things. Second, consciously choosing to adopt a third-person viewpoint permits you to quit thinking in circles and effectively investigate your emotions. By deceiving your mind into believing you are someone else, adopting a different perspective can help you distance yourself from your own troubles. This is also helpful for motivating yourself, because people usually respond more favorably to external encouragement than to internal motivation. Number 5. Focus on positives. Reappraisal techniques such as positive reframing can also assist you in taking back control of your thoughts. Negative thinking, disregarding issues, or failing to seek practical answers are not examples of positive thinking. Alternatively, it is giving your negative thoughts a more upbeat spin by seeing the bright side and seeking for a silver lining in the ominous clouds above. Reframing can alter your perspective on your circumstances, even while it won't impact the way a scenario will turn out. However, self-blame is likely to make you feel even worse. However, having self-compassion will enable you to take the setback in stride and focus on your next opportunity. Number 6. Write down your thoughts. A notion can frequently be lessened in intensity just by being written down. Even if it could be intimidating to confront and accept your feelings of distress directly, writing them down will at least help you acknowledge them. Even try writing disturbing thoughts down in narrative form, as if telling a story, if you'd prefer to keep yourself even further away from them. You could feel more at ease expressing challenging feelings while you write. After a while, you might not experience the same level of distress when those undesired ideas arise, since they may eventually cause less of a fear response. While they are still fresh in your mind, you are free to write about any thoughts, whether they are good or bad, that have occurred to you. Number 7. Try focused distractions. Although it isn't always practicable to divert your attention, deliberate diversions can sometimes assist and reroute your thoughts and elevate your mood. Distractions of some kinds could even increase motivation and productivity. Imagine that a week of bad weather has forced you to cancel your hiking vacation, leaving you feeling depressed and out of sorts. You focus your attention to things you've been meaning to do, because you're miserable about being unable to do what you had planned. You may feel as though you have made the most of your time if you finish a book from the library, tidy up your room, and sort old clothing for charity. You are motivated to accomplish even more before leaving because of this. You can also try out other focused distractions, like spending time with a loved one, self-care, exercise, or any sort of healthy coping mechanism. Number 8. Work on managing stress. It is frequently more difficult to control your emotions when outside factors add stress to your life. Unwanted ideas may be fueled by anxiety and stress. This can increase your anxiety, which could start a vicious cycle that quickly gets out of control. Start regaining control by identifying your life's major stressors and looking for feasible solutions to eliminate or lessen them. For the most part, stress causes cannot be totally eliminated. External factors are a common source of stress. The world around you is sometimes beyond your control. Self-care plays a role in this. Setting aside time to take care of your body and mind might lead to an improvement in general well-being. It also makes it simpler to recover from life's setbacks with a more upbeat view. Number 9. Talk to a therapist. There are times that we just could not get a hold of our own thoughts. No matter how hard we try, everything just does not seem to work. This is especially true for people who struggle with mental health conditions and symptoms. This is when you start to consider talking to a therapist. If you have depression, anxiety, obsessions and compulsions, intrusive thoughts, and other mental health issues, or if you are dealing with grief and other serious issues, the tips above might be hard to do. It would be very beneficial for you to seek professional help for whatever negative or unhealthy mindset you might be struggling with. With the help of a therapist, you can identify and acknowledge underlying issues and look at possible solutions or treatments for you. Additionally, therapy provides a safe area to concentrate on self-compassion and engage in constructive self-talk, two effective techniques for restoring mental control. Look for a therapist who offers these: cognitive behavioral therapy, mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy, psychodynamic therapy. These methods were created with the express purpose of assisting individuals in improving their ability to accept, resist, and reframe negative beliefs. You do not have to have high degrees in psychology nor talents in being a psychic to be able to control your mind. You just have to understand your thoughts and practice. It may be difficult at first, but once you persist and keep doing it, you'll be surprised at how much control you can have with your mind. However, do not also feel bad if after some time you still have difficulties in doing so. There are local therapists who are there to help you get through these things. That's it for today's video. You can leave any of your questions, suggestions, or reactions in the comments section below. We'd love to hear from you. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get notified whenever a new video is up. Until next time. Thank you for watching.